Welcome to Board Games Daddy. So today it's a big video. I bring out this big box from Ledger Games, the creators of Root, and this is a very special game. I only played once, and it was difficult to get in the beginning. So this game is different from everything you've played. At least I've played. Because this is not root, although it looks very similar to root, it's not root, it's something different with some small flavor that reminds you root. So what we are going to do today is I'm going to show you what is inside Oath, and I'll try to give you some explanations about how the game works and how you interact with the components. But definitely this is not going to be a how to play video, because it's really too complex for me to create those videos. So I'll try to share my impressions, and you can take the most of it and try to guess if the game is good or not for you. So many things for us to take a look here. So look at the box art. We can spend all 10 minutes here looking at the box art. So one thing it's difficult for me to with this game is that with Root, you understand, you see the forest, you see the animals that live in the forest, so everything makes sense. It's always the same context and the same environment, right? But with Oath, I don't know what I'm looking into. So this is the Empire. This is a picture of the Empire. You can see the river there, the lands. The game is divided in three types of land. So I guess this is an image representing the game itself and the world where the game happens. Chronicles of Empire and Exile. I don't understand. Chronicles of the Empire is because this game is known to be some kind of legacy game that is not a legacy game. That's also something that I would like to deconstruct today. This is not a legacy game. What this game is how it ends. It can influence, if you want, the way the next game starts. But that means that only makes sense if you start the next game with the same players. Because if you have different people playing, they won't understand from where the things come from. They won't even recognize. I'll try to give you some hints how that works when we are taking a look inside the box, because it's not Pandemic Legacy where your startup conditions are conditioned by how the game ended. It's completely different. So this is not a legacy game. It's a game that if you want, it can stay with the influence of how it ends, and you can start with a different setup. Just that. But I guess these games, it's difficult for you to play with the same group, at least for me, because I rotate groups and people that I play with, so it doesn't make sense to bring it as a legacy game. It's an experience that starts and stops with that group. And I would like to show you on the other side, but this is really heavy and with so many details. So 1 to 6, there's some solo mode that I don't know, I never tried, and I guess with 6 this could be chaotic, because the game is not that big in terms of areas that you can explore. I play with 4, so I guess with 6 this is going to be very chaotic, and you are always trying to control everything, so it's constant fights of I control that, now it's mine, and with just 4 it was always like that. Areas changing owners, so with 6 this should be really chaotic. These are the characters. These are not the characters. These are the 5 tribes, let's call it, that you can use in the game. We'll see those, but they're all the same. It's just cosmetic things, because this is not like Root that you have differences in powers. Maybe one expansion in the future may add something like that, but the game itself is symmetrical, except one player will play the Chancellor, which is the actual king in the Empire that you want to try to be the next Chancellor and win the current one. So that's the only symmetry that you'll find in the game. And let's see on the back. Oh, this is so heavy. This is super heavy, and it includes a neoprene playmat, which is a nice addition. We'll roll out that, and everything plays on top of that, and the game boards. Chronicles of Empire and Exile. Such a small letter here. In Oath, one of the 6 players will guide the history of an ancient land One player controls the Chancellor, who rules with Iron Fist and Silver Tongue. The other players will take role of either citizens maneuvering to be the Chancellor's successor or desperate exiles attempting to topple the Empire. Get playing fast! If you don't like reading rules up front, our card-based setup and quick start walkthrough will get you started. I have my doubts. This is a very complex setup game, so an expansive and immersive world. Oath has hundreds of cards, that's true, with unique art, that's true, the art is amazing, and abilities that present surprisingly strategic options to even the most savvy player. Oath remembers, so that's the maybe deceiving thing about this game. Every game of Oath is linked together in is linked together in an ever-evolving campaign that supports multiple playthroughs. Each player at the table has a power to change the course of history. Build great monuments? No. And then watch them fall into ruins in generations to come. Monuments. I think they're overselling here. They're overselling the thing here. Okay, so let's go in. 6 minutes just about around the box. So, okay, so look at the level of details. All these characters living in the Empire, right? And that's why it's heavy. You have all these things inside. Whew! This is going to take us hour-long video for sure. So, card reference. Very, very, very full of icons. So if you know the game, it facilitates a bit to go through this. Campaign summary. And then you have, look at this. The Clockwork Prince. So I guess this is a solo mode. An automated player, so you can play solo against a prince, maybe. It's so friendly to look. All text. But I mean, interested in trying to play. There's another reference guide to sit across the table, and there's the summary of the chronicles. Okay, so this is how it ends. It doesn't make sense now to show you this. And I guess this is when you play solo as well. That's the decision tree for when you play the Clockwork Prince. Yeah, the Clockwork Prince mind. How his mind works. There's a workflow here that will guide the automated bot when playing solo. That's cool. That's cool. I'll leave this to the end. I hope I don't forget to get back here to show you how the game evolves then for a second playthrough. Okay, so now is the table of contents, the law of oath. Oh, like the law of root. So, which is a short manual to get into the game. Alright. No, this is the reference guide, not the short manual where you have all the technical terms explained. And really the manual is the playbook, which is much thicker. Okay, Oath playbook. Read me first. So the components list. Pieces for the Clockwork Prince for the solo mode. Okay. Look at it. The art is really amazing. And it reminds Root. The manual itself is very similar, but this is a more complex game. Root is simple. Once you get to know the base of the game, then you just need to learn what the factions do, right? And that's it. Every faction is a new faction. So what is this? Walk through Blue Exile, Red Exile. Okay, so this is examples of play for blue player, red player, yellow player, because there's no difference. I guess they are just showing different examples of playthroughs. A few more rules, a few more pages, and the setup for later games. Cool. It's a difficult game to teach because it's super complex. Okay, then I'll start by showing you what I appreciate. One of the things that I appreciate the most about this game, which is a neoprene map board. A neoprene mat. Yeah, that's the term. That comes with the game. Oh, I just noticed that I'm not correctly folding this. Look at this. This happens when you do like this and not on the opposite direction. So lessons learned, right? Never scroll your neoprene mats in a way that once you unfold, it's banded to the inside. Because this happens, this shit happens. So when putting back on the box, I'll try to do better. So this is so large that if I don't adjust the camera, I cannot show you in full detail. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of it. And I cannot even show the bottom of it. It's super large, super large. So maybe I can do like a scroll like this, whoa, with the camera. And so the game is divided into 3 sections: the cradle, the provinces, and the hinterlands. We can spend lots of minutes here to go through all the details and the rules, but I'll just give you an overview. So the game plays for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. By the end of the 8 rounds, if you did not conquer the title of the chancellor to become the next chancellor, the chancellor wins if he holds the title. In between, you can change your target by getting visions, and those visions give you a different endgame target, so you can win differently by the end of the 8th round, or anytime if you are able to conquer the most lands, and the lands are these squares, we'll see those cards, and if you hold them for 2 rounds, you can win the game before. Okay, it's tough, it's not that easy, because controlling the areas, they're just always changing hands. It's very easy for you to conquer territory. At least it was for me. And you can move around the map by using these actions here. 1 to go through this region, or 2 to go here, or 4 to go there, or 2 to go there and 2 to go there, etc. And this is a further region that will take more to explore. You see, it takes 3 here. But then you have 3 regions that you can control. And the cards will have an affiliation to these families here. Okay, and money will be here. So when you use those cards, you pay to the card and then you get it back here. There's a closed economy in this game, so the money never leaves the game. It's either on the bank, or if you use it, it goes back here. Then if you play cards from these factions, you get the money from here. So it's closed. The money is always closed here in the map. Cool. So let's get the box back. We are just starting our trip into Oath, and let's see. So you have in terms of player boards, you have the yellow ones, yellow family. Too many details, but these are the actions that you can do, which includes trading resources, getting troops, search for cards, getting relics, artifacts for you, attack, and travel around, right? So these are the actions, and you're limited to the number of actions you can do. So you just go back and forth to use those, and the end of the game, end of the turn, go back. So this is just the yellow player, the blue player. They're all the same as mentioned before. The red foxes, the dark guys, the blue cloud people. I don't know, the sheep people or whatever. And then you have the chancellor, which is the bad guy, which does exactly the same thing, same actions. It has more troops, but it's more troops because he's the chancellor, but it works the same way. So it's really the same play as a chancellor, but you just have the title in the beginning that you need to defend. And on the other side, you can see that the chancellor becomes, you cannot be the chancellor on playing solo. You go against the clockwork prince, like clockwork factions on root. So cool, these things. So cool. I did not try it yet, so I don't know how this works. Yeah. So look at the pawns here. I'll show you. So this is an army banner, which represents an army, a yellow army, and the yellow leader. That this is a thing that moves around the map. I don't know what it is. Don't ask me. This art, unless it's an animal, the remaining things are very difficult to understand. And then the chancellor. There's the chancellor, which, don't ask me what this is. What kind of mask is this? I like it, but yeah, I don't know what it is. There's a Chancellor army there, full of armies. Then the foxes. And there's the fox here, fox barn, and the army. Then the black guys and the black leader. The blue guys, which are like monster with one eye, the Cyclops, and the blue banners, the eyes. And then the cloud guys, which looks like a bird paw, or like they look like Gazozius people. That's it. Okay. So you have different ways of winning. You can decide in setup. Okay, so you can be you can rule the most sides. You can hold the darkest secret, which is an extra thing. You can hold the most relics and banners. At the same time, you win. Okay, you get to victory. And here is the tree of wins first. Okay. This is called the world box. The world box. It's a big box. This is where you store the cards to be used for the world, but I see that some of them are separated here somehow, so I'll just check them out. Okay, so these are the cards that, just to remind you, that go here. World, they start face down, and then you will, along the way, you'll be discovering those and revealing. So there is a random setup here where you will choose which ones go into the game, and there are a lot of them, so they're also very different from each other, so this makes the game, when you play again, very different as well. Okay, so you have like the mountains, which will give you, if you are fighting or if you are playing on this terrain, you get the advantage that is here. All of them have different things. So let's see, the mountains, it will give you, if you are attacking in the mountains, because this is the dice for attacking, we'll see them, you have -1 dice if attacking in the mountains. Look at the artwork. You see the mountains, the river coming down, the houses there, so beautiful. And wow, what happened to this thing here? Wow, it's barbed here. It has some sharp edges there. And you see this number here. This region will hold 2 cards that you play here, because that's an important thing. When you reveal a region, you can then play your cards to this side here, and this region will hold 2 cards. Why the cards? Because this is area control. You'll be controlling the areas, but it's also some kind of engine builder that you'll build with cards here, that you can activate when visiting the places or owning the places. So you can activate by paying resources the cards here, and it will generate actions and different things. So it's not truly an engine builder, but it's similar. Okay, so yeah. Then we have the buried giant. There's the giant there buried, and the giant sword, which will give you can travel for free, I guess. I'm not sure about all the items yet. Standing stones. So if you play here a card from the purple faction, it will give you a book, which is a resource that you can use. The tribunal, apparently you can shake hands with people. You'll have a relic there that you can pay. This is a relic symbol, so it means that in this place there will be an artifact that you can buy 3 and get for you, the first one getting there. The lush coast, so this is a coast terrain, and the coast terrains, they have this boat, so you can travel between coasts and ports. We'll see some of them easier and cheaper. The ancient city. This will give you banners and cards. Ancient city. See there. It's the marshes. So when you search for cards, you get -1 on the marshals. And this is the wastes. The river. So the river, I remember, when you call for troops, you get +1 when mustering. That's the name of the action. Fertile Valley. You can get red cards. Money. Now another port, apparently. The Barren Coast. You can travel cheaper. There's a rally for you. Probably sunken there. Drowned City. The Drowned City. No cards here on the Drowned City. No cards. The Great Slab. Some of the icons I don't recognize. I need to check it. And this icon I don't check. The Shrouded Wood. And the mines. The mine will have money here for you to take. So, oh, that's 3 money there, and then the relic. That's how you interpret that. Yeah, the plains. If you fight here, you have, as an attacker, if you attack, you have +1 dice. It's easy to attack on plains. You can see everything. The hidden place. The hidden place. It's hidden in the green mists or something. Grass, tall grass. So you can do something there, which I don't recognize. Here you can take money or book on the salt flats. Here you get the relic, you get the fox card. There's a relic here, and you get a book if you put the green card. Traveling, so there's another port. Charming Valley and the Narrow Pass. Yeah, lots of locations. So the game only accepts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 out of all of this. That's what you get. Okay. And then on the world box, something stored here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I recognize these things. So this is an artifact. Apparently, is of the place. I need to see why. And then these are relics that are always available that you can seize them. They will give you these powers, and there are some endgame objectives that are based on holding each of them. So these are actual strategies for you to win. Okay. And this is the title that the Chancellor starts with, the Oath Keeper, and then you'll try to steal. When you steal, if you go 1 round with it, you'll become the usurper. You're trying to usurp the title. And then if you hold another round with it, you win the game. And you'll have bonus on defending when you own this title. And there's another victory condition here separated that I need to put together. And I'm curious, this should be the solo mode. Oh no. It's the setup by cards. It's the setup by cards. Back at A, flip over this thing and start setting up. Wow. So cool. In fact, it's very simple. You just follow the cards and you set up very easily. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, so 5 packets, and I guess these are for solo mode. This is cool. I love this game. Before playing, I was not sure. I saw some videos on YouTube, and I was like, I still don't understand the game, and it only after playing. And in fact, it happens. You can, at least me, you can watch many videos and you still don't get it, the full experience, only after playing. Okay, so I'm leaving the best thing to the end, which is the cards. But before going there, you have the money, you have the books, resources, and then you have the dices. The blue one for defending, the purple one for attacking, and this is for the Chancellor to do some things that he needs to do. There is a special edition of the game, which is not this one, where you have plastic books and iron-like coins. Okay, so these are cardboards. The others look very good. Okay. And then you have the cards. You have these separated by families. Okay, So this is like the heart, faction, order, arcane. Cannot read it because it's the Discord people. Okay. So these are the cards that you can use to set up, and you don't you don't use all of them. Some stay, and then you can exchange based on how the game ended. Okay, so let me start by getting these cards back. So this is called the world deck. Not sure because I did not set up the game, but maybe there's a basic setup, which is the world deck, and then it goes different using these cards. So some of them will be the visions here. This is correct. No. Visions. Not finding the visions. Well, let's see. I'll find it somewhere else. Visions. Okay. So these are the cards that you play either on your board or on the map. Okay, they're all different, so we won't have time to go through all of them. But I would like to share with you the art. Let me just lower a bit the camera now because we don't need that wide view anymore, and we can just focus on the cards. Thank you. Let's go. It's easier for me to manage now the cards. The presangs. So you have different actions here. Some of them will be like for fighting, that you activate during fighting. Some will be for trading. Some are just going to be for activating the bear trap, pairing the trap here, which is you can kill soldiers on the attacker's board. These are effects when played, and then that's it. Doesn't do anything else. There's the mercenaries. You can hire more or less mercenaries for the fight. Spirit snare. So this costs a book, a resource. You put it there, and you take money from one of the factions. You get 4 soldiers when you do that. So this symbol here means that this guy is an advisor. He cannot go to the board, but he cannot go to the map, but just for your player board and advise an advisor, and you are limited to the number of advisors you can have. Tinker's Fair, Rain Boots, Slender, Scryer, Vow of Silence, Bandit Chief, Inquisitor. Wow. Instead of birds and foxes from Root, you have these strange people from this world. The Rangers, Traveling Doctor, Map Library, the Wizard Skull, the Key to the City, Witch Bargain, Horse Archers. So here you get +1, -1. Okay, so many cards that I'm going to scroll a bit. Long Lost Hair, Faithful Friend. So you see the factions there. The cards have different factions. Martial Culture, Peace Economy, The Great Levi, Sleight of Hand, Acting Troop. Oh, there's a vision. Okay, so the visions are different. You have the different pack, and so this is a vision of conquest. So you win if you rule the most sites and at least 3 visions have been run. Okay, so this is very similar to rule the most sites. Yeah, so you rule the most sites. You don't need to get the oath. You can just have this vision and rule the most sites. There's the oath, because this. Oh, the Oath Keeper. Cool. Extra provisioning, animal playmates. Another vision here. Scouts. There's a vision. conspiracy. You can decide if you want to have it or not. The fire talkers. Visions of Sanctuary. You win if you hold the most relics and banners. And at least 3 visions have been run. Okay. So once you reveal that you have the vision, you cannot win if you don't reveal the vision. The vision needs to be public. The problem with this is that you become a target, right? When you reveal that, it's because you are in a very favorable situation. You will achieve that very soon. That's why you're revealing, and then you become a target, and everyone will land on you to try to disrupt your vision. You know, like in Root, right? You had those cards that were a different way of winning, but once you reveal, you become a target, and almost never you can get that. Another one. I think there's some 6 visions or something. The Wolves and the Welcoming Party. Okay, I see there are something here in the ground, so it says a world deck. World deck, and then the relics. Let's take a look at these relics. Okay, this is a special relic. It belongs to the Chancellor. Okay, you can use this to convert people to your side. Okay, so there's another way to win if you are a citizen, and you can make, if you are a normal player, you can make a citizen, so you start supporting the Chancellor. I'm not sure how that works. Okay, so the Circle of Command. Players cannot target or take your banners or your other relics. In campaigns, banishing your pawn. Okay. Dragonskin Drum. When travel, you gain warbands. The Peak. Peak at the top track dark of the world deck, so you can see and at any time the top 3 cards. And then this also gives you disadvantage here, 2 defending dice. You may put all the cards in your discard on the bottom of the world deck. The cards that you discard go to the world deck, which means they go to the place where it's more difficult for others to go there. Or the mask, the Chancellor mask. If you are an exile, which is a normal player during your turn, you rule cards except battle plans at Imperial sites. And Imperial's player do not. Okay, so you steal the mask and you act like the Imperial. Pick at any fashion site, any face down site, advisor or relic at any site. So you can check the cards at distance before going there. Book of Records. You must gain book instead of money when you pay to a site. When you play. So when you play cards, you get this instead of that. Okay, so not too many. So this one is good. Wow, 3 dice is there. When you are victorious, you gain 1 warband per enemy killed. Okay, so you kill and you get yours back or more. Cup of Plenty, the Skeleton Key, the Ring of Devotion, the Whistle, Bandit Crown, Obsidian Cage, the Map, Sticky Fire, Brass Horse, Downsizing Sticks, Dowsing Sticks, I don't know, Dowsing Sticks, things to find water, right? And this thing again. Okay, and cool. So that's the world deck, starting deck, and then when the game progresses, or if you decide to, you can change these cards. I'm not sure. I don't know the game that much to say that each faction will have a different way of playing. So this would be the Heart faction, or the Heart people, and so you have Inns. Is this like a starting card with this symbol? Maybe it is, and this is all messed up. Crop rotation, so these guys look very happy. Land Warden, Charming Friend, Family Heirloom, Levelers, Fable Feast, Rowdy Pub, Bookbinders. I don't understand the topic here. People that work a land, farmers, let's see the other ones. Oh, this is a meme, right? This is that guy that is smiling to the camera holding a cup. This is a meme. Herald. After another player campaign against you, you gain a rank. Huh. Wow, so there are hidden jokes here. We need to take a look with more detail. Vow of peace, deed writer, marriage, hospital, awaited return. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what was happening here. Let's now see the order factions. Order factions. So there's the keep, okay. Okay, fortifications, police, knights, riders, the messenger, field promotion, palanquin, shield wall. Okay, so this is a defending faction. Military, dome guardians, tyrant, forced labor, secret police, specialist, captains, siege engines, rail tax, toll roads, the curfew, knight errant, vow of obedience, hunting party, and the council seat. Arcane. This should be the magic faction, right? Very related with magic. Taming charm, the alchemists, magician's code, the great spire, secret signal, Hungary, rusting raid, portal, enter the portal, billowing fog, kindred warriors, terror spells, blood pact, revelation, observatory, the plague engines, the gleaming armor, bewitch, jinx, the Tudor, the dream thief, crackling ground, sealing words, and the initiation rite. And then the Discord people. Second wind, festival district. So Discord are these like bad guys. Salt the earth, so that's a bad thing. The beast hammer. Okay. Royal ambitious, the zealots, vow of renewal, false prophet, descent, cracked sage, blackmail, downtrodden, assassin, charlatan, riots, silver tongue, gambling, boiling lake. Okay, he is cooking the lobster. The relative, the enchantress, insomnia, sneak attack, masked as a sheep to attack that guy, and the gossip. So this seems like to be the rogues and the assassins. Then the nomad faction, the elders, tents, ancient binding, warning signals, ancient forge, convoys, vow of kinship, wild mounts, the lancers, mountain giant. Are these like druids? The rival Khan, lost tongue, special envoy, resettle, oracle, pilgrimage, spellbreaker, mountain patrol, the great crusade, ancient bloodline. Oh, so cool, the family there. Ancient pact, storm caller, family wagon, station, the twin brother. So you see how many cards this game has, and all of them are different. all of them. Then you have the beast cards, and then by the way the last one are the disposed. So these are the cards that you will not use when you change the world. They go there to the disposed. So these are the beasts. So these would be very animal related: forest bats, forest temple, nature. These are the druids and the rangers. Bird song, small friends, grasping vines, threshing roar, fey merchant, second chance, Pete piper, mushrooms, insect swarm, vow of union, the giant python, there it is, ward tortoise, new growth, a wild cry, it's a werewolf, animal hosts, memory of nature, marsh spirit, vow of poverty, forest council, walled garden, the vow of beastskin, bracken, and wild allies. Wild allies. Okay. We've seen everything. We've seen everything. That's it. Whew! What a journey. Oath. Chronicles of Empire and Exile. This was it. I hope you enjoyed. Probably it opened many doors for many questions in our mind. That's perfectly normal. I still have many of them, because this is a game that will take you time to go through the entire empire. But at least I hope this helped. If so, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing. I have lots of board games in my channel, which I invite you to visit if you like this stuff. And will they also bring Root? You know that I'm a Root fan because of my icon, but I'm still saving for the perfect moment where to bring all the Root content, maybe soon. So don't forget to follow, and I hope to see you in the next videos. Thank you. Goodbye.